question for me that why do children want to follow the rules at Summerhill, but they don't want to follow pretty much the same rules at the state school or at home?
Because of imposition. Because the laws have been imposed. It's not laws that they are a part of in a community life. The beauty of the meeting process at Summerhill means that, and the fact that everybody is equal and everybody has an equal say, it means that the relationship to freedom and responsibility is very real. Because I make a law or I propose a law in the meeting, and maybe not everybody agrees with the law, but it gets carried because of democracy, because of the majority vote. But it's a law that I've been a part of. The meeting process is me as well. So it means that it's the respect for those laws are much more realistic, if you understand what I mean. It's much more easy to be a part of those sort of situations. But also, I think I'll have to say, children break laws all the time. Of course they do. The respect for the laws is there, and it's really powerful. It's really important that the meeting is used and that there is respect for the laws. I can give you a bit of an example. Is that if a child is, just say they're breaking the screening law, just say they're playing a computer game when they're not allowed to play a computer game. If they're just sitting there playing a computer game, and everybody's like, you're not allowed to do that, and they're like, oh, well, I don't care what you say, I'm just going to do it anyway, then that's not okay. That's really disrespecting the community. But if they're in the bathroom, or they're under their quilt, and they're playing a game like this, you know, they're breaking the law because it's exciting, and they're not allowed to, but they're hiding and they're trying to hide it, then they're actually, to a certain extent, they're kind of respecting the law. Because and so this is a good way of telling if it is when people who are just like, no, I'm not interested in the law you've created. Does that make sense? Is that clear?
It does, but then if you break the law, then there is a punishment. What is a democratic punishment in sense of Summerhill?
I really don't like to use the word punishment.
Okay.
Punishment has a real negative, there's a real kind of negative connotation to the individual. And it's not about the individual, it's about the action. What you're doing is not okay. Whether it's you doing it, or you doing it, or you or anyone else, it's still not okay. It's about the action. The personal connection is still based around love and respect. And we trust you, we love you, we want you to be a part of the community, but what you did is not okay. Yeah? So that's the connotation of the punishment.
But anyway,
that's why we call it fines. That's why we call them fines. Yeah, yeah. So again, it comes back to that sense of justice that people feel. You know, when you live in a community and us all here have created a law, then we want that law to be respected. It's about relationship. It's based purely on relationship. If we all live together, the freedom without license that I said, it relates to personal, it relates to social, and it relates to community. You know, we all have to take responsibility within community. We all have to do our part. We all have to help run our community. I'll talk about this much more tomorrow. So those kind of responsibilities are really powerful and really important. And it comes to the same with law, And I think it's quite difficult because a lot of our relationship in society, our relationship to law, is a little bit more difficult because it's been imposed. We haven't necessarily had a choice. We don't, and especially in schools. In schools, children are treated as if they're the least important thing on the planet. And the fact that happens is just really difficult. You know, then you can understand why they don't listen to laws. If I'm a teacher and I say that's the law, you have to listen to me because you're a child and I'm an adult, why would you want to listen to the law? You know, it's a really, and so when you get that wonderful kind of emotional connection to what law means, it's really powerful.
Do you think it's possible to practice democratic, I would say, coexistence at home and simultaneously have a child attending a state school? Does it?
Interesting. Generally, from our perspective, when it comes to the home life, we don't necessarily recommend that a family will take on a democratic process. They should take on freedom without license but they shouldn't take on democracy. It's a weird way of saying it, and I know people are a bit like, what do you mean by that? Yeah, because democracy means the absolute equality.
Yes.
The thing is that children do like structure. They like to feel safe. And in the family life, it's important that the parents have a parent role. Of course it is. We have to determine what the parent role is. The parent role is not making decisions for the child because they don't trust children or putting restriction on children in this kind of way. But it is important that that freedom without license is respected. You can't make mess in my room because it's my room. Whether you're a beautiful, lovely child and you're super cute and I love you more than anything, that doesn't mean you can mess up my room. Mess up your room, that's fine. Don't make a noise whilst I'm watching television because I'm watching television. You know, you can make a noise anywhere in the whole house. You don't make a noise here because I'm watching TV. This is just honesty. This is respecting us as individuals. It's nothing to do with the parent and child life. It's just mutual respect. In the same way, if the child says to a parent, get out of my room, then the parent should get out. Of course they should.
Well, this is the difficult part.
Well, yeah, so exactly. So
usually kids leave at your school for a long time, and how their relationship with parents after that?
yeah, it's amazing. It really is it's amazing. The reason why it's amazing is because society has put the idea that it is parents' role to bring up their child. So parents are doing everything. The child can't do anything for themselves, and the parent is involved. On an emotional level, that bond is really, it's getting almost worse and worse with parenting trends. It's becoming a really intensive, all the time. The child is feeling something, why, and the child is dominating, and what is, and this hugely powerful thing. The thing is that children, they need to learn about boundaries. They need to push boundaries. They will, it's their job to try and survive. They will try to be up on the parents, and there will be conflict. It will happen. That's nature. And but we're not family. We are community things. Human beings are community. We're social things. We're not designed to be in one household with 3 people. It's not designed to do that. And so what happens is, all of the wonderful conflict needs of the child happens at Summerhill, so we get all the bad stuff.
So they are coming home and really happy?
The feedback from parents is nearly instant. It's just amazing how quickly there's a mutual respecting relationship, which is what it should be. Because the parents' anxiety is removed. They don't have to be fearful because other things are going on in other ways. But and then also because it is a boarding school, but we have lovely long holidays as well. So there's lots of time for parents and children to have loads of fun. And the feedback we get is amazing. It is amazing, yeah, it really is, yeah.
And what about...
So I'm sorry, I'm going to have to limit because I know